Okay, it's been almost a year since this OnePlus 12 came out and I've been in a situationship with OnePlus 12. Like there have been moments where I was a bit disappointed. Personally, I would have preferred if there was a cheaper 8/256GB version. It would have brought down the price a little bit. But then also there were times when the OnePlus 12 truly shine. I see OnePlus 12 now as a solid middle ground where you want flagship features but don't want to spend 1 lakh rupees. But two interesting things that has happened with this phone as of now. Number one, it is continuously selling at a discount and the price has dropped down to 55,000, which is what I thought a good price for OnePlus 12 would have been. And number two, the biggest. OnePlus 12 is one of the first few phones to get the Android 15 update. Like this is important. There was a time when OnePlus was known for their software updates, being the fastest company to give proper updates, back when Android companies didn't even believe in updates and everything. But year on year, OnePlus lost that software battle. First the update battle to Samsung, then OnePlus killed Oxygen OS USP and merged with Oppo's ColorOS. And all of that fiasco and then sales going down, OnePlus being banned offline. It's not the right time to be a OnePlus fan, but that seems to be slowly changing. OnePlus is slowly getting the update game back and it has now beaten Samsung with being the first to push stable Android 15 update. So this is part of the long-term reviews we are doing this month. If you're a OnePlus user, how is Oxygen OS 15? How is the OnePlus 12 after the update and price drop? We'll answer all of that questions and we'll get to the part where OnePlus is trolling other smartphone companies like, let's effing go. Now, before we get to the Oxygen OS part, how has the phone aged after 4 to 5 months? Because when the phone launched, companies claim that this is Corning Gorilla Glass Victus protection. So your phone survives this drop, that drop, etc. And even in Corning website, the claim is that Victus 2 is scratch resistant and all of that stuff. But in our usage, I've had accidental drops from waist level or sometimes from my shoulder level. There is not a single scratch on the back or the camera island glass which has aged really well. But when you flip the phone on the front, there are scratches. And if you see, these scratches are mostly on the edges where the display curves rather than the center. This is because many people, including me, keep the phone flipped on the table and this sides often rub against your jeans pocket when you put in stuff with keys and all of that. That's why the sides are more scratched as compared to the center. So if you're someone who just brought the OnePlus 12 or still using it without a tempered glass, please get a good tempered glass or at least a scratch guard which covers the curves/edges and avoid UV glass and all of that stuff. And other than the build, performance is another aspect that is really important in a flagship phone. Like from a performance point of view, is the phone aging well? Like in my usage, I played a lot of games. So I played COD Warzone at peak graphics with FPS set to uncapped. I was getting it around 33 to 40 FPS. But if you set it to a high graphics package at high FPS and medium graphics, you still don't get constant 60 FPS, but the gameplay wasn't jittery. I also played Arena Breakout, which supports ray tracing. You can play it at HD, HDR graphics at 120 FPS. The gameplay was smooth again, and the phone gets a bit warm, but the gameplay here was good. Overall, in my usage from performance point of view as well, the phone is aging well. Now, remember in the beginning, I said in some things I was disappointed. That was the camera I was talking about. And with the earlier flagship Oppo and OnePlus phones, we have seen this Hasselblad collaboration hasn't turned out that well. So these are the samples that we took when the phone was launched. See, the photos looked soft, the HDR is not on point, and the skin sometimes look whitish or bland. Fast forward to now, if you compare the pictures side by side with the Galaxy S24, the colors, light control, HDR looks so good in OnePlus 12's peak. And this is not a fluke for OnePlus. See, even in this photo, the S24 here has added a pinkish color to my skin. The OnePlus 12's image here has got the skin tone right, and it looks social media ready as well. Even in this picture which we clicked at 3x, S24 has again added a slight pinkish tone to my skin tone. And if I zoom in a bit, see, OnePlus 12's image has more details if you compare it to S24, and it also has that subtle background blur. In this set, the S24 image here looks bland and overall the picture looks dull, but the OnePlus 12's image has got the colors right and also looks sharper compared to the S24. Now, in terms of videos in good daylight conditions, if you compare it with the S24, the OnePlus 12 has brighter video due to the bigger sensor, but as soon as you move into indoor conditions or low light conditions, you can see the OnePlus 12 still messes up the skin tone. Like Sam looks like a whole different person in this photo. I hope they fix the video in the next OnePlus 13. Now, moving on from camera, batteries are the only thing that keeps degrading with time. So in my usage of playing heavy games, clicking pictures, watching content all day, the battery performance of OnePlus 12 is now as same as it was when it launched. And even if you see the battery health, it's still at 100%, which is surprising considering my heavy usage. But in in between, I remember that there was one update that came around July or August where OnePlus 12's battery life was draining really fast. And I had to charge the phone twice a day. I was barely getting 5 hours of screen on time. Many users of OnePlus community Reddit mentioned the same issue, but OnePlus quickly gave a software update and the battery performance right now is as good when it launched. One of the best. And coming to the part which many of you have been waiting for, software experience and software updates. So it came with OxygenOS 14. Now OxygenOS 14 didn't have many features baked into it. It was fast and snappy, but compared to the competition, it lacked some features and the UI didn't look polished. And also, OxygenOS 14 looks exactly the same like how the Realme UI looks, but when OxygenOS 15 was announced, I was really excited. And funny thing, OnePlus took a jab on One UI. We even reacted to this in our latest live sesh.
Oh my, oh nice, interesting. They just showed it.
By the way, for the people who don't know or missed out, we do live sessions on Saturday where we two tech enthusiasts discuss tech news, answer your tech questions and give you an idea about the upcoming tech launches, some insights. So make sure you tune in so you don't miss out on the latest happening in tech. Back to OnePlus. OnePlus has started rolling out the OxygenOS 15 stable update to OnePlus 12 users as of now, and our unit has got the update, and boy oh boy. OnePlus 12 with OxygenOS 15 feels ultra smooth. Like side by side we have the OnePlus 12R with OxygenOS 14. See, the app opening and closing animation looks buttery smooth on OxygenOS 15. If I keep opening and closing multiple apps, damn, that's smooth. If you open folders, you have this nice little bouncy animations. Even the settings page has gotten a complete revamp. Right from the font, the icons and all, it looks very similar to the OG OnePlus OS settings page. Now if you go to wallpaper and style, you get these flux themes where you get multiple theme options, and inside this, you can add wallpaper of your own. Plus it has depth effects very similar to what iOS has. The only thing is you can't add your own text here. You'll have to choose and select from the one that are in the presets. So if I lock my phone, see this animation from AOD to the lock screen is pretty smooth and looks crazy good. Apart from this, in icons you get two icon packs, Radiance and Shadow. And just like Motorola's Hello UI, in OxygenOS 15 also you get to choose between Split and Classic for the notification and quick settings layout. And this is where I believe OxygenOS 15 is a lot inspired from iOS 18. Like, that's not a bad thing. I believe OnePlus took the iOS features and actually made it better. Let's start with Dynamic Island. OnePlus is calling it Live Alerts. Now, Dynamic Island on iPhone only supports maximum 2 apps. OnePlus took it one step further. It supports not only 1, 2, in fact 3 apps. And you tap on the front camera area, it will show the music and timer, etc. It's a quick way to multitask and switch between apps. However, as of now, the support of the Live Alert is limited to very few OnePlus apps and Spotify, Swiggy, etc. Very few apps. Another feature is AirDrop. Now, AirDrop only works from iPhone to iPhone. OnePlus took it one step further to even iPhones. You have to install an app called O+ on the iPhone, whereas on the OnePlus, you have this immediate share to iPhone option in the share menu. You tap and the transfer happens on Wi-Fi. In fact, even if I turn off mobile data or there's no Wi-Fi around, it can still transfer data offline by using hotspot. That's a really good feature if you want to transfer stuff while you're in the mountains or on a flight. And another tiny feature that OnePlus copied from iOS is live photos. So what it does is when you click a picture, it records a small 2-second video. Even though it's copied, but this feature really comes in handy when you have a shaky photo, but when you have to edit, you can select a particular frame from the video where your photo is not hazy or aesthetic from Instagram point of view. Now, apart from this, there's also this smart notification hiding feature. Let me show you how it works. See, if I just got this WhatsApp message and now if someone peeps from the background, the front camera can see them and it will hide the notification instantly. As soon as it moves out, I can see the notification. So if you have a friend who always keeps peeping at your phone, this is a helpful feature. And of course, it's 2024. Every software updates will have AI features. In the gallery, you get an AI editor, you get an AI eraser, which was already there in OxygenOS 14, but there are 3 other AI features. Like there's a details boost. So here I have clicked the photo in 60x zoom and I'll apply a enhanced detail here and see side by side the before and after. And then you have the AI unblur. So if you have an old photo, just apply this AI unblur and it sharpens the photo. Then again, you have an AI reflection eraser. So I have this image which has reflection. I'll just tap on this and boom, it erases all the reflections pretty well. Along with this, you get small amount of AI features in Notes. So suppose I want to write a long email that I want leave from this date to this date. I can just write the text, select it, and it will generate an entire write-up. I can just copy the write-up and paste it in a mail and send with all the regards and everything. While all of these features are good, there's also one annoying feature. You get this phone manager app, which is very similar to the security app you get on Xiaomi phones or Realme UI or ColorOS. So be prepared to see a bit of annoying notifications here and there. Now, having said all of that, how's this OnePlus 12? See, with the new OxygenOS 15, there are faster and smoother animations, agreed. Now, there are many features that are there in color Oxygen OS 15, which looks like copied from the iPhone or taken from One UI. And this is not the first time that we have seen this. Sometimes iOS copies Android, sometimes Android copies iOS. It's fine. Which I feel this is good because there are some good popular features that we consumers get to use. So at the end, it's a big W for us consumers. And as of now, OnePlus has released the timeline of open beta of Oxygen OS 15. OnePlus 12 is the only phone that has received the stable Oxygen OS 15 update. And coming with the Android 15 update first and giving it to their flagship phones, in my experience, as of now, the OnePlus 12 is aging quite well. And I believe as smartphones get expensive, the last year's flagship with the latest software update will become more tempting and a better deal. Saying as of now, cause let's hope with future software updates, the experience shouldn't get bad like how it happened with older OnePlus flagships. Let us know what are your thoughts on the OnePlus 12 or comment a phone below that you would like us to review in the long term. On that note, this is Prince signing off. See you in the next video. Pew, pew, pew.